Welcome to Gamers Platform.
Oh.
Yeah! Good. Oh, baby! Look at that!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gamers Platform, the only place to be for all your gaming needs. I'm Adam Wolf, and in this video, I'm actually redoing something that I did a while ago. I meant to check when I did it. It was a while ago. This footage came out. Ooh, actually, we have a date here, August 19th last year. So that's when that's around the time I did the video, and it was obviously a trailer reaction to Black Myth Wukong, the official gameplay trailer, and there was no sound. I didn't record the sound. So I was going to just download this video, get the audio, put it in there, you know, kind of like put it together. And I was like, you know what? It's been a long time, clearly, since I've seen this, so why not just re-record it? And here we are. And I can't wait, because there's some things I remember that I really liked, but then some things I don't remember. So it's gonna be like I'm watching it for the first time. So even though it's not my first reaction, it's still gonna be new to me. Very, very excited for this game in particular, because there's not too many games that come from Chinese developers. There's not too many Chinese developers to begin with. So what this development team is doing is just phenomenal work, and I can't wait to see their work come to fruition. As the disclaimer says, everything you're about to see was captured in-game, running in real time. Work in progress does not represent the final look of the game. Please keep that in mind. But let's get to it. It's running in Unreal Engine 4. And I am surprised that they went with 4. And, well, 5 wasn't ready by the time they came out with this. But I hope they do kind of maybe update it to Unreal Engine 5. That'd be fantastic. But even in Unreal Engine 4, look at the detail, the unbelievable detail that they've put into their textures. I mean, this is like next level stuff here. A headless man.
满嘴的情怀大义，一心的世俗名利，唱什么命不由天，却笃信自己才是天命之选。
There's not much that I know about Chinese mythology. All I know are dragons, because everybody knows dragons. And Wukong has been featured in many video games, so but he's never really had his own game. So this will be interesting when this game comes out. I can't wait. Oh. There he is. Game Science. That's the developer right there. They are self-published as well, as far as I know. I don't think they've been funded by anybody. I'm not even sure if Kickstarter was a thing for them. I don't think they've done anything with Kickstarter. But if you are unfamiliar, it's a very Dark Souls-inspired game. So things will not be easy. The cool part is we actually get to see the frame rate in this trailer. When it was just showing Wukong, it was running at around 60-ish FPS, and now it's kind of hovering between 30 and 60. Oh, that's one of the things I do remember. Look at the snow deformation. That is some of the best snow deformation I've ever seen in a video game. And that's including, you know, games like Horizon Zero Dawn, which do excellent deformation. This is like unbelievable levels. I feel like Chinese developers, if they're gonna be similar to Game Science, are gonna be as disciplined as Japanese developers are about their games. For the most part, you'll never see a Japanese developer go half-assed. For the most part, you know, the ones that are good, you'll see some really meticulous detail put into their work. And it looks like this is no different for the Chinese developers as well, which I'd love to see. That's why I love Japanese RPGs, because the polish is there, and this is not even finished yet. Look at that. Look at that. The amount of snow affected by his little wind swipe is just awesome, and it doesn't like form back together like some games will do to save on like memory and stuff. It stays deformed, which is just insane. That's a ridiculous amount of physics being calculated. All while maintaining such visual prowess, I guess you could call it. So you see, you have to really kind of time your attacks, understand your opponent, and like really kind of just read everything. So, Dark Souls. I will say this, you know, even though the game is not at 30, it's actually kind of, again, it's a little above 30. The motion blur is a bit heavy. I like motion blur when it's done right. But, that's a bit heavy. That's a bit on the heavy side. And you can definitely see there's TAA involved here, because there's a lot of dithering around the characters' like hair, and you know, even just around their model entirely. For some reason these subtitles weren't translated. But I tell you what, man, the Chinese have some weird mythological creatures, like this guy. I don't even know what it is. It's a bird with a man's head. Could be a god. The environments alone, the vistas that you can see are phenomenal looking. We're talking, I don't know, I think they're using photogrammetry. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they probably are, given the amount of detail in like just a rock. Now that, we've all seen dragons before. You know, you guys have probably seen, you saw Skyrim, of course. You have those types of dragons, which I'm not quite sure which version of a dragon that is. Might be like a Western idea of a dragon. But you can see there's a big difference between a Japanese dragon and a Chinese dragon. You know, Japanese dragon, kind of like, well, think of Final Fantasy 14. You got dragons in there. They've got 4 feet. They got wings. You know, big bodies. Whereas Chinese dragons, very thin, kind of lizard-like, it looks like. Well, snake-like. Both extremely unique in their own way. But so just very cool to look at. The particle effects is one of the other things in this game that I just... that is just some awesome-looking stuff, you know? They really are taking their time with making sure that every last little detail is taken care of. And the impact that particle effects can have on the the intensity of a scene just really kind of just like, it sets it home, man. Now, obviously, they're going to have localization for the different regions that they'll be releasing this game in. No doubt English subtitles and whatnot. But I don't know if they'll do English dubbing. I think that would actually take away from the authenticity of the game. And even if they did, I'd probably still do the, you know, probably still listen to it in Chinese. Just because I do that with Japanese games when they do actually come with full Japanese audio. I'll watch the Japanese instead. It just sounds better almost every time. Yeah, see, even right there, it was running at 60 frames a second. The motion blur was extremely strong. I feel like this is like a Shadow of the Colossus sort of design choice, where it's mostly, yeah, you fight little guys here and there, but like the bosses are always just huge and maybe not as big as a Colossus, but they're always just bigger than you. And yeah, it's very strange that some of the subtitles aren't translated. Dude, this is so good. Ah, this is gonna be so good. It's gonna be really good. Okay, so they're gonna be. It looks like they may have like somewhat partnered up with Epic Games. Oh, we got something at the end here. So they did partner up with Epic Games. I think Nvidia might have given them some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of funding. Because they, like, maybe were working on this project and Nvidia funded a little bit. Because they've done that before, where somebody's, like, submitted, or, like, a team, small team have submitted their project, and Nvidia funded some of the project to be continued. I think Bright Memory Infinite, the developer there, did that as well. Gave them a little vertical slice, and they said, we like this, here's some money. That sort of thing. I think that's maybe what that was, but it's interesting. So, as far as we know, so far, it is going to be on Epic Games, possibly exclusive to that, seeing as how that's what they showed. That, of course, did not show that it was going to be on consoles or anything like that, which I hope it will. I really do. I hope they get enough funding from somebody to allow them to be able to port them to console, or port the game to console, because I think it would be a huge missed opportunity in such a massive market, especially given the fact that even PlayStation 5 has sold 10 million units somehow. And, you know, Xbox Series, big consoles, you can still get a Series S. That, strangely enough, wasn't, you know, destroyed in the scalping market, which is good. But either way, man, this is looking so good. It's different. And that's what, like, I think we need more of nowadays than ever. We need different. And there's a lot of Chinese mythology and Chinese lore that has not been explored by us, by Westerners, by people who don't live there. Obviously, we know about Wukong. We know about what Chinese dragons look like. But all of those other creatures that we saw in this trailer, no idea. I've never seen any of those creatures before. I don't know what they're called. Probably never heard of them once it's mentioned when the game comes out. It would be nice to get it on console. I think even if it doesn't come out on console, I probably will buy it on PC, just because I have a capable enough PC to play it. It's getting old, but I hope it'll be enough to play it, because this just looks fantastic, and I don't want to pass it up. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I know this one was a little bit on the late side, you know, to August last year, and it's already February. I recorded it before. I screwed up the audio, and I said I was a little bit disappointed. I said, screw it. I'm going to re-record it, and here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely let me know, are you interested in getting more from Chinese developers? I mean, there's not a whole lot, so this will be interesting to see what other developers come out of the wet works once this game takes off and hopefully does really well, and as well as I think it might, because there's so much excitement around this title. But until next time, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Black Myth Wukong, and I'll see you guys in the next one.